Hello and welcome to the TAS Morning Show. And today, as our guest, we're happy to have a dynamic hotelier, someone who spent nearly 2 decades in the hospitality industry. And I'm talking about Michael Kuhn, the Cluster General Manager of Park-In Hotel by Radisson Group in Muscat and Duqm. Michael, it's great to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me. Great pleasure.
Well, 20 years in the hotel industry. Now, I'm sure you've seen major transformation over the years. So take us through your journey.
It's the last decade where I've spent time here in the Arabian Gulf region. And of course, there's a lot of things that happened, from sustainability that was more introduced to the hotels, from technology, from all sorts of applications that we're talking about. So of course, the hotel moves with all of these dynamics. But I think one of the interesting things, especially here in this region, is that the hotels have moved a little bit, and the industry and the market have moved from a very, let's say, underdeveloped market to a more developed market, where you see a lot more hotels, a lot more international chains coming in. When you go back 10 years, you had also here in Muscat, you maybe had 5, 6 international groups. Now literally every group is in the city.
That's right, and it's fantastic how Park-In has been doing, given the situation that we are in. I know that there's not a single business that's not been affected by this global pandemic, but despite that, Park-In has been named as one of the best business hotels in Muscat, and you've received various accolades for the very dining options and impeccable customer service, which of course is the bedrock of the hospitality industry. So how do you do this? What is the strategy for Park-In to maintain its competitive edge?
Well, it's not much that I do, it's the team that does that. It's definitely my staff, and this is, I think, one of the key things when you listen to your customers and you listen to your clients, then you find out what they actually want and need. And I think that is one of the things that we are really focusing on, to actually listen to that and then focus on that. So the various feedback channels that you have, not only from talking to your guests and talking to your clients, but of course the online reviews, which are growing more and more importantly. And when you focus on that, and when you actually pick out what the majority of your guests are saying, then you know what you have to do in order to stand out.
That's right. Now, as per Oman's Future Vision 2040, the country plans to add nearly 50,000 hospitality keys. Now, is there any concern, or what is the USP and what makes Park-In stand out from the rest?
Well, the Vision 2040 is, of course, focusing on the entire development of the country. So, yes, of course, everybody will say, more hotel rooms is always a threat. But I don't think so. I think Oman has so much to offer, and the entire country has so much to offer. And when you think of where the growth happened over the past 4 or 5 years, which was predominantly Muscat and partially in Salalah, but the rest of the country has still so much to offer. When you're looking at the mountain regions, at the desert, everything in Oman is great. You have a coastline that is predominantly undeveloped yet. So when you compare it with other states or with other countries, 50,000 hotel rooms is pretty much the size of Amsterdam in regards to hotel beds. I'm not afraid, and if we focus on what we just discussed in terms of the customer service, and we stick to what we're good at, that's how you stand out.
Brilliant, and with some great leadership, of course, I'm sure Park-In will do great. Now, in your opinion, what does the future of the hospitality industry in Oman look like in this new normal?
Well, it's you see there is a great need for trust, and this is one of the things that we have been very much focusing on. We put our hygiene protocols in place, and this goes for the current situation, but this will also be in the future a very, very important task for any hotel and for any hotelier to focus on, that you really keep that trust, and that your guests are able to trust you, that whatever happens, that they feel safe. And the safety and security aspect is becoming more relevant even now and in the future, and that you take care of your guests.
Right. Also, now that we're in the holy month of Ramadan, I'm sure our viewers would like to know what special offerings or exciting offers they can look forward to at parking.
Well, we have, of course, various options, and considering that a huge iftar buffet is maybe not the most relevant thing at the moment because of social distancing, because of the local regulations. So we've come up with various options for a more a la carte iftar offers, in-room dining for iftars. So we have created various packages where you can actually book a room and have the iftar as room service at very reasonable prices, and this especially goes then forward towards the Eid offers, where it's a little bit more family oriented, where kids eat ice cream for free and these kind of things, and that's more what we're focusing on.
That's nice. So I really hope you can come to Parkin and enjoy a safe iftar this year. Michael, thank you so much for joining us on the morning show.
Great pleasure. Thank you for having me.
For more interesting content, follow the Arabian Stories.